Yo, what up, everybody? It's the Cola Kash Show, Zero Boy Productions, Don Cook Media, and today I want to introduce somebody, but I'm gonna let him do it himself, man. What's up?
What's up, man? It's Tony Chennault, Filmmaker. What's going on, man?
Man, how you doing, man? I appreciate you coming on, brother.
You already know, man. This is a long time overdue.
Let's get into a little bit about like how you grew up, man. So what was that like? What was that experience like?
I'm from Philadelphia. I grew up in a small neighborhood called Alny. That's like uptown part of Philly, like Alny, Logan, Germantown, Nicetown. Like they all like neighboring neighborhoods to each other. But it was like any other neighborhood in any other inner city. You had poverty, crime. You know, we was all poor. But you know, if you make the right decisions and you surround yourself with the right people, you can get out of that. You can escape that environment. I was blessed to have my mother, and I was blessed to have two great older brothers that kind of steered me down the right path to success, so I could avoid like any of that, pitfalls that I've seen a lot of my other friends, succumb to.
Right. So what was some of the things that you kind of did to stay out of that, the way of like crime and like danger?
Basketball, man. Basketball is like a religion in Philadelphia, man, and I was really good at basketball, and that was just something I love to do all day, every day. And that's something, I did up until I graduated college. Like hoop every park, every league throughout the city, built a name for myself. Was able to go to Newman Goretti's, one of the best sports high schools in the country. And I was fortunate enough to get a scholarship to Wake Forest University and Villanova University, where I finished at.
Dope. So throughout your journey in basketball, how did that like get you into like what other path that you went through to get you into like picking up a camera?
When I was in college, and I was thinking like my junior year, my brother just passed away. And then I was just like soul searching what I wanted to do after basketball. I was like slowly starting to lose my passion for the game, because when you play in the collegiate level, there's a lot of other factors. It's not about just basketball. You could deal with the politics. You could deal with whether a coach like you or not. You're his type of player, right? This is the right system for you. So it's all these things sometimes that can be out of your control. And I played in the era where you couldn't just transfer and play right away. If you transfer, you got to sit out a year. And then you got to come back, like you got to do like a medical red shirt, what they called it. So during that time, I was like in this phase of exploring, like, yo, what can I do with my life that I could have a similar passion that I had with basketball? And I found film. I took a screenwriting class with this professor, man. I never forget him, man. He's my guy to this day, and one of my mentors, Steve McWilliams. And I fell in love with it because, where we come from, we always like reciting movies, whether it's Friday, whether it's Boys in the Hood, whether it's like New Jack City, like any cult classic movie that appealed to us in our culture. But we never understood it was a real point of entry to get into business. Right. When I took that film class, I'm like, yo, I know how to write. I know how to build characters, backstory. Let me just learn the technicality of filmmaker, and then I could, possibly have a career in this field.
What was the first thing that you done to make you feel like, okay, I want to get into this project? What was that project, or what was that next step?
So I did this mockumentary entitled Chris, and it was kind of like inspiration for my brother. Like, my brother passed away as an innocent bystander to shooting in my neighborhood in 2012. So, a lot of times that happened in our community. People at the wrong place, wrong time, and that could cost you your life. So this kid, aspiring music artist, had a bunch of potential. Wrong place, wrong time, loses his life right before he has his chance to live out his dream and to see his dream come to fruition. So when I did that film, it won the best. I won an award in like my film class at Villanova, Best Director. And then like from there, I'm like, yo, I can really do this. And I only been doing this less than 6 months, and I won the Best Director award. Let me really see how far I could go with this thing.
Right.
So, and then from there, I just kept learning, kept studying film, and went back and watched films like Kurosawa, like really became a film nerd, a film buff. Like not just watch film for entertainment, but watch it with a critical eye. Like, what is this director doing? Why is he intentional with his shots? What is these characters' motivation? And so I could like really, really be like a holistic filmmaker in a sense.
For those who don't know, like explain what a mockumentary is, just to put it on.
Yeah, so like a mockumentary and a documentary is similar, but a mockumentary is like something off like an individual's life.
Oh, I got you.
If that makes sense.
Almost like a biopic or something?
Yeah, but it's not like a movie because it has a documentary tone to it, because you might be talking to the camera, you know what I mean? So like that's why they call it a mockumentary, because it have documentary elements to it. If that makes sense. So it's a documentary mixed with a movie, like intersecting, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. All right, so who are some of the people like you work with? Like, have you worked with any big names or anything like that you kind of like?
Yeah. I was, you know, so when I got to LA, I started working with this company, Super Prime Films. It's like a commercial agency, and I was working for these brothers. They brothers and they filmmakers, they directors, the Malloy brothers, and they do some of the biggest commercials. So, you know, we shot commercials with NBA 75, Michael B. Jordan, Charles Barkley, Steph Curry, the guys from the Entourage, Turtle, Johnny Drama.
Dope.
So yeah, I was their creative assistant, like, you know, assistant with doing the storyboards, locations, things like that, like all the pre-production and some of the production stuff, and I did a lot of BTS with some of these commercials.
So do you believe like in the aspect of like working a small position to get to a larger position?
Oh, absolutely. You got to pay your dues, because how you gonna be a great leader if you'll not be a follower?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? I put in my 10,000 hours. Like Malcolm Gladwell is an author. We actually shot a commercial with Malcolm Gladwell, and I actually had a conversation like, yo, after you put in your 10,000 hours, is it true that you become a master of your craft? He said, yeah, but if you don't, you might need to start exploring other avenues, other interests, because this might not be for you.
Right. Being in Philly, right? Were you in film in Philly, or did you start film when you came out here?
No, I was in film in Philly. I started a web series called Old Head.
Gotcha.
We did like the first episode, and then it just kind of like went like rival within the city, and then after that we started doing multiple seasons. Like, it's on YouTube streaming right now. Old Head web series. It got like over 4 million views.
That's dope.
And that's like all independently, all just like guerrilla style marketing and things like that. But it was like became like a you know, Old Head is already a huge endearment in Philadelphia, because we all, you know, via our old heads, and we understand the dividends of having a good old head in your life. And, you know, when we created that series, everybody just loved it and gravitated to it.
That's crazy. That's like, for me, like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't want no nigga calling me no old head.
That's an honor though.
I know it's like big homie.
It's a badge of honor. Yeah, it's like big, no, that's my old head. That mean you thorough. That mean you stepping about me. That mean like you really giving me game, and you giving me advice about life. You not steering me down the wrong direction to do some bullshit that could jeopardize my life for freedom.
Do you have anybody in Philly that's like that to you?
Oh, I got a bunch of old heads, because I grew up with, my dad played basketball overseas for like my first 12, 13 years of my life. So I only spent time with my pop
right.
two months out the year. So like I had to gravitate to old heads. Like, my brother's 9 years older than me, but it was only so much he could teach me, because he didn't have his pop. Right. So like I had to gravitate to coaches. Like, shout out to my coach, Coach Paul. He passed away a few years. A thorough old head, Mr. Raff. My old head Colleen, like a real entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur. So I was blessed to have some really, really thorough old heads.
All right, so leaving Philly and coming to LA, what was that experience like? Like, what was the LA vibe, or like, what did you expect?
Man, there was so many preconceived notions, man. You watch all these movies and you hear the stories, man. LA, woo-de-woo is this, is like that out there. You can't wear certain jeans, you can't wear certain colors. I'm like, oh man, I hope I don't have to deal with none of those politics.
Like, I'm going, hey, look, I gotta go to LA naked, baby.
Yeah, like, I gotta wear all black. I can't wear blue. I can't wear red. But honestly, I would say this: it's good people everywhere, and it's bad people everywhere. If you surround yourself with solid people, good people, and you move with respect, 9 out of 10 times you be straight, bro. I've been out here close to 7 years now, and God, knock on wood, I haven't had any of those interactions with nobody. At least I can tell. They probably, somebody tried to bang when I just ain't realized it, because just the lingo and the subculture difference. But
like basically the cultural barrier.
Yeah,
like,
the culture barrier. Yeah, like,
so somebody might ask you where you from. You
yeah, I'm not even thinking that's banging. I'm just like, no, I'm from Philly. Like, oh, they're like, damn. Then we know the next question. What it's like there, bro? people were intrigued by that.
Right.
Like you see the rap videos, 40 people standing on the corner siphoning, and you know, music videos, and you know, basketball, like the street leagues, basketball leagues and stuff like that. So yeah, like I had a good experience here, man. I love it, and this is home for me.
So if you could say, what was your most challenging time? What was that like? If you had a challenge, what was it? How did you get through it?
College, bro. My brother got killed. Father figure. You know, me and him talk every day, bro. Came to all my games, and then 9 months later, my mom died.
Damn.
So it was just like that year was the toughest year of my life. I was depressed. It was like, you know what quicksand is? Mm-hmm. Like, I was living in quicksand for like 12 to 16 months.
It's crazy.
So, and then I still got to show up on campus every day, and I got to smile, knowing that I'm hurt and I'm suffering inside. And it wasn't until like I finally accepted they're not coming back, and that wasn't until after college. You know what I mean? So I had to put on a smile, a facade that I was happy, but I was suffering inside. And I ain't really had nobody to talk to at that time. I got my other brother, but we going through the same thing. So how can we really vent to each other? So it's like I ain't really had nobody to vent to. So like at that time, I felt like I was like, that was the one time I really felt alone in the world.
What was your coping mechanism for that? Like,
man, I was praying, and it's cliche, but time do heal wounds. Like, when you give it time, you just learn how to cope. You never get over it. Like, you still have your moments. You might cry. You might think about them. But you just know how to deal with it better. You know what I mean? And the hardest thing is just accepting somebody you spend every day of your life with is not coming back. So in the first few years, it's just hard to fathom that. But as you start to mature with the situation and you start to know how to deal with it better, you just accept it. That, like, yo, man, like, I'm better off accepting they're not coming back and moving on my life and letting them live through me instead of me being mad at the world they not here no more.
Right.
Because that's not going to do nothing. That's going to just put me on a downward spiral, and I'll end up where they at, not being on earth no more by doing something dumb. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's how a lot of downward spirals, like, you know, happen. Like, damn, like, why such like, he lost his mom, he lost this person, but nobody never put their arm around, like, yo, let me, I got you, bro. You're not crazy. I've been there. A lot of times we shun each other as black people when we go through that.
Why don't we know what to say to somebody who went through something? Like, why can't we embrace them? Or why? Because, like, even with me personally, I see it happening, but, like, I don't got the words for it, or I don't have the, like the audacity to even be like, hey, yo, like, check in with you, because I feel like, what can I say that's gonna make you, you know what I'm saying, feel better about what you're going through? But then at the same time, I feel bad because it's kind of like I'm not checking in and not giving you that time is almost just as bad. You get what I'm saying?
I think we be so afraid to say the wrong thing, but not saying nothing is worse. I had a lot of people like that, bro. They was like, damn, bro, I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to say the wrong thing. Bro, you should have said something. It could have been like, if you see me, like, not leaving my crib, just come sit in the crib with me. Like, we don't gotta talk. Like, I'm just sitting in the crib. Like my mom passed, one of my old heads, Drew. He just come sit in my crib. We'll watch the games, and we won't talk about nothing. That meant the world to me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, it took you away from, like,
just because he's sitting here with me. Like, I'm going to sit in this sorrow with you, bro.
Right.
We going to sit here and watch the game. We don't got to talk about your mom. We don't got to talk about you not getting the opportunity you deserve in college right now. We don't got to talk about school. I'm just going to sit here to let you know I'm here. And I think that's so important. And I think we sometimes be overthinking it. And just, like, we human, so we can't be afraid to be vulnerable with each other.
Right.
Especially as black men, a lot of times we be afraid to be vulnerable with each other. Like, nigga, I know you hurting.
Right.
You hurting like me. Like,
I can only imagine type shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know. I think we got to get over those stigmas, man, and we got to evolve, because now a lot of us are fathers now. So, you know, I'm a father. And I got a son about to be 2. So, you know, I learned everything I was supposed to learn in my childhood, except emotional intelligence. And that's the thing I'm really trying to learn as a man now, so I could be a better father, better boyfriend to my woman. But it's a process. Yeah, it is.
Because we was already kind of like taught to be a certain way. Like, men don't cry, men don't do soft stuff. Just like, so we just, like, extracted all this soft stuff out of ourselves and threw it away, and now we kind of just hardened, bro.
We lost the ability to express ourselves.
Right.
And then that's why it goes back to what you're saying. That's why a lot of people just be crashing out.
And true. And then when we find those dudes who can express themselves, we call them soft. Like, oh,
yeah,
man,
like no, they ain't soft. Like no, like you and
they stronger than you because you can't.
Yeah, like you know, at one point, man, after my brother died, I didn't cry for like 10 years.
That's crazy.
I was just numb, bro. Like, and you know, I lost people after that, close, whether like homies and other family members. And it was just difficult for me to cry because I just felt like I was all out of tears.
And what brought you back from that though? Like,
just doing the work. Just doing the work. And then one day I think, you know, I don't know if you ever talked to somebody, they lose somebody, like you purge when you once you purge that, like you realize you get it like that they not coming back, that's like a real bad cry. Right,
I ain't gonna lie, yeah, it's like you can't breathe, like type, like it's a hard part.
And I had one of those like after the 4th or 5th year my mom passed away, I had one of those. And then it was like, yo, bro, like I can't keep being numb. This is not healthy. Like, you know, I lost my ability to feel. I gotta start feeling again.
Right.
So.
All right, so I'm glad we had that moment. You feel me? No, so for y'all, who
I know the conversation took a turn, but
check on your people.
Yeah, definitely check on your people. That's important. We don't check, and it's not like I don't need like, yo, bro, I just want to hear your voice, man. How are you? Like, how are you? Like, not how you doing in work, not if you making the money. How's your mental?
Yeah. So now that we got that out the way, with film, right? So we have kids. You know, y'all teaching kids at the moment right now. Mm-hmm. What is that experience like? And also, what do you have like as far as like advice for students? Like, what advice would you give for somebody who want to get into like film or even like just achieve their goals in life? Like,
man, so we teaching the Arts to Work in the Film NCC program at down in Watts, your neighborhood at WLCAC, and I love it, bro. Like, cause these kids is hungry, man.
They different.
Like, you know, they so far more advanced than what I was at 19, 20, 21, 22. I wasn't really thinking about film at that age, man. And these kids, not only they just hungry and passionate about film, they need real mentors.
Right. Because
they coming in with real life issues.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's just a fight for them to get to class every day.
Therapeutic part of it too.
Yeah, like, that's the therapeutic part of doing art and creating stories that they're passionate about and they love. So that just get me like we got like a couple students, like they hit us up even when we not in class. Like, yo, what you think of this script? Like, how should I shoot this scene? Like, I love that.
Yeah.
I love to engage. I didn't have nobody like that when I first got in the business that I can engage with, that could walk me through how to properly block a scene out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's important. And then what was your second question?
What advice would you give to, let's say, those students, but also just to people who trying to get somewhere in like life? Not even like just film, but like in any type of like entrepreneurship or career wise. Like,
I say just do it. You know, I think we'd be so like
in our minds
and thinking we gotta have a perfect plan. Like, bro, Mike, I came out to LA with $4,000 in my name. That's it.
That's crazy.
I had $4,000.
That's rent.
Yeah, I had $4,000 in 2019 when I moved out here, and my cousin just moved back to New York to pursue comedy, and I took over his lease with his roommate. That's it. I didn't have no jobs lined up, but I knew my passion and my work ethic was going to keep me here. You know, I was in communication with some people from Nova that had some relationships with people in different film production companies, but I just came out here and figured it out, and it's a benefit of figuring something out.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's a math to it.
It's a math and a science.
Yeah, and it's a skill set behind everything that you figure out. Because now you know something that somebody else don't know.
And sometimes, like, we think we always got to have all the answers. Like, I got to have this set up. I got to have this set up. I got to have a car. Like,
but how do you get that without doing the work or going through the... You know, how you get the win without taking the loss? Because you got to take a loss in order to know what the win feel like. You know what I'm saying?
And you got to get out your comfort zone. Right. I encourage anybody that's a young entrepreneur that's passionate about something, move out your home city, because your home city is where all your resources at in terms of like, if you know you fail, you could fall back. You got to be in a situation where you know it's you and only you.
Right.
Because that's entrepreneurship when you're being honest. That pressure of delivering.
It's either break you pressure either bust pipes or make diamonds.
Yeah. So it's just like you gotta know that you can do it, and it's good to have a support system. Never abandon your support system, but you gotta go out on your own and own your and really make your own bones.
Right. Was there anybody else in Philly that you kind of like did work for or work with?
Yeah, man. I think one of the most known people was Wallow. You know, when Wallow 267 first came home in 2017, you know, I was one of the first people in Philadelphia shooting him, like doing a lot of content with him. And, you know, right away you seen this guy had it. You know, some people just have the it factor and the work ethic. And I remember one time we walked from like 46 and Market to the Wells Fargo Center, which is down to Xfinity Mobile Live, and we walked back because he had to get his car service. That's like equivalent walking from Watts to Hollywood.
Damn.
And back.
That's crazy.
And I was filming him, and I had the camera on him the whole time. It was like we was out there for like 5-6 hours, and he didn't shut up. He talked about his goals. He talked about everything he was gonna do in 2017, and then you look up 2026. He's one of the sought-off members in as a media personality in the world right now.
Wallow, like, you know what I'm saying? You can mention Wallow to anybody nowadays, and they know who he is.
Yep.
But he also made that video in the beginning saying he was gonna do it, and that's crazy. You feel
Man, I seen it, bro. Like I seen it when he was living in the middle room of his grandmom crib, and I seen the grind. Like he missed no steps of his process, and I think a lot of times we could all learn from that. His situation, just like build it brick by brick. If you build it brick by brick and you consistent what you're doing, you're going to have success.
I think social media puts like so much in our face that we think that we supposed to be like everybody we see, or they doing this, they doing that.
And everybody's timing is different, though.
Everything is different, bro.
Yeah, like so, like your timing may be quicker than mine.
Right.
That don't mean I'm not going to get to my destination.
Right.
Just stay the course.
Right. All right. So my question, since you said you walked all the way, you feel me, basically from Watts to Hollywood and back, right? What was the equipment that you used? Like, what was the camera with? Like, did you have 2 batteries? Did you have a like?
No, I had like 3 batteries, and I had this like Panasonic G4 camera, which shot 4K. It was 2017, right? So it was a little camera. I'm filming him. I'm gonna send you the video so you can see it. And like, bro talked the whole way. He ain't stopped. And everything he said he was gonna do, he did, and beyond that. And you gotta respect a person like that, because a lot of people could say something, but they don't actually have the heart and discipline to actually do it.
Oh, that's crazy, man. Matter of fact, let's check it out right now, man. Roll it.
It ain't about, oh, it's too hot, oh, it's raining, oh, it's snowing, oh, it's a blizzard. I don't care what it is. I'm gonna go get it. I was waiting for this day. I was waiting for this moment. I was waiting for my chance to be in the game. Just to be in the game. I'm in the game to win. And just in case if I lose, I'm going to connect with the lessons and the blessings within that loss. I ain't playing no games. I ain't playing. Play for what?
Tell the people where to find you and what you're working on right now, and where can they go see these things.
Yeah, man. Old Head the movie is officially out in Amazon Prime. Check that out, Amazon Prime and Tubi TV. Old Head the movie. I appreciate all you guys. Go watch it, share it on your socials. And then I'm working on a new comedy movie called Dollar Party that I'm shooting this summer that I'm extremely excited about. It's about this kid that breaks his mom Army issue hard drive, and he has to throw the school biggest dollar party in order to repair it. It's like kind of like thinking like a Ferris Bueller No Days Off meets House Party type of vibe.
Dope.
The adventure and journey of Ferris Bueller being one step ahead of his parents and the principal, and that nostalgia of that house party, which is like the dollar party in the film. So we're really excited about that. We got some great cast that's going to be in that movie. I can't really drop the names yet, but you'll see some huge names that's going to be a part of that project. And then you can follow me, Old Head PDX and Mike J Media, all on social media.
All right. I can't wait to work with you, brother.
No, we're definitely going to do some stuff together. Yeah, we definitely got some work.
Good looking, man. It's the Cola Kash Show, Zero Boy Productions, Don Cook Media,
Tony Chennault.
and we out of here. Get in.